Welcome back. We're talking with Jim Boren, Dianne Hardisty, Paul Hurley, and Judy Sly. As Democratic strategist James Carville famously said over a decade ago, it's the economy, stupid. What's old is new again, as jobs and the economy are the preeminent issues in California. And while California's unemployment rate is higher and has risen faster than the U.S. rate, the Valley's unemployment problems are significantly worse. Our region is home to 6 of the 10 metropolitan areas with the worst unemployment rates in the nation. And a recent survey of Valley businesses by the Craig School of Business suggests that the new year is off to a weak start when it comes to hiring. So, Judy, some blame our economic plight on a poor business climate, citing the state's taxes and regulations. Is that the cause of our economic problems? And if so, what are they going to do in Sacramento to correct this?
I think it's only a part. I do think it is a part, but not surely the whole problem. I know that some of the Republican legislators from up the north part of the Valley, their only goal that they anticipate being able to achieve is trying to get some regulatory relief. So we'll see what happens there. I think if you look at the Valley's economic problems, a lot of that is deeper, and our education level is probably foremost. There are employers that don't locate here, not because of regulations. They locate elsewhere in the state because our education level is so low. So
Jim, let me go after that question then. If the problem is education levels, skill levels of the workforce, what can be done about that?
Well, we need to invest in training our workforce. We need to, and it goes back. We need to, in the first line of defense is our public schools, and we need to cut the dropout problem. We need to get more people graduated out of high school, get them into community colleges and into four-year schools, get them into training programs, get an opportunity to get the jobs that as Judy says, are going elsewhere. We need job training dollars here, and they need to be effective. They just don't need to be a program. They need a program that can put people into jobs.
And one of the things that does that a lot of times is community colleges. I mean, that seems to be a way for people to transition to better paying jobs. So do you see that being, with all the cuts to education, maybe saving some money for community colleges to make that
Well, I mean, I think that would be an important investment, especially in the San Joaquin Valley. But as we've seen in the budget, money in higher education is being taken away and added to community colleges. They're raising, the per unit tuition rate.
I think they're going from $26 to $36
per
which
unit.
Doesn't sound a lot, but that's about a 40% increase.
Right, and if you're that's times
right, the number of units you're taking,
units or 12, whatever it is, a semester. But we need to invest in good training and like I say, programs that show results.
Another thing that is happening, Dianne, is the governor's talking about doing away with redevelopment agencies and enterprise zones. And advocates say they spur economic growth. Won't that hurt places like the Valley, where there are some economically depressed areas that really utilize certainly redevelopment agencies?
I think putting enterprise zones and redevelopment agencies together, it's kind of a stretch. I think enterprise zones have been criticized there was a report in 2009 by the Public Policy Institute of California that said that, and then a year before, I think, by the legislative analyst, that said they didn't have a lot of impact on job creation. So you have that, and I think that might mean that they're certainly easily on the chopping block. I think the redevelopment agencies have a lot of constituents, and they can point to a lot of successes and job creations and economic stimulus. I think that's going to be a tougher stretch for them to do that.
Well, Paul, folks often talk about green jobs, particularly here in the Valley. It's being touted as the next boom industry. What is the potential for green jobs here in the Valley, and what, if anything, can state and local government do to make that happen?
It's all connected, especially your last two questions and the last two answers from our panelists. Education, yes, very much. Need that investment. Redevelopment agencies will only work when you have investment there. So, yeah, green jobs have a potential here. In fact, in Tulare County, there's a program where they're training construction workers in green building techniques. And you need this certification apparently to work on any sort of green building construction. So that's happening. We are going to need people to take a chance and invest in these things in the Valley for it to succeed.
Okay, well, when we come back, we'll talk about some specific projects like high-speed rail and an adequate supply of water that some think will get our economy moving again. That conversation in a moment. This is the Maddy Report.